with her brand Tati Sibolile. She joins us today to tell us what she's been up to and also just a bit more about her brand in studio today. So let's welcome Margaux to 99 FM for the first time, I think it is.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you doing on this Wednesday?
I am dead nervous right now.
Really? You sound nervous.
I've never done radio, but it's great. It's great.
So I'm your first person that's interviewing you. I feel so special right now.
Oh
my goodness.
Thank you very much for having me here.
It is a pleasure, Margaux. Let's start off things with, for those who are not familiar with your work, tell us who Tati Sibolile is and what the Tati Sibolile brand is all about.
Oh, I don't think Tati Sibolile exists in the present anymore. And the brand definitely no longer exists.
Okay.
I have sort of transitioned. I'm very big on, so my alter ego is Phoenix Pearl.
Okay.
And the Phoenix eventually dies and rises from the ashes. So I'm all about reinvention. I'm all about growing and reaching, transcending.
Yeah.
Constantly transcending. So I've reached a new phase in my life, right? Which is why you won't see a lot. You will never ever again. In fact, not a lot. You just won't ever see Tati Sibolile again.
Okay.
But at the basis of everything, my ethos is always reinvention and sustainability. So that's Tati Sibolile was about many things. Essentially, when I look back at it, it was about growth.
Yeah.
It was about learning. And the discovery of life, especially life in Namibia as a creative.
Okay.
Because I did my studying in Cape Town, and the atmosphere there is obviously very, very different.
Yeah.
As a person, I'm all about love and happiness, guys.
Love and happiness.
Yeah.
I love that. So since you I wouldn't say gave up on Tati, what have you been up to since you made the decision to let go of Tati Sibolile and now transition into something different? What have you been up to?
Well, so the whole journey started with me burning all my samples from Tati Sibolile.
You burned everything.
Very dramatic, but sometimes you just gotta. My let go has to be like a proper let go. Like I don't want to walk into studio and see a sample from 3-4 years ago. So it was. The work was happening, and I could no longer identify with who I was as a creative or who I am as a creative now to what Tati Sibolile stood for. So I've been, and I had a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
And thank you. She's a whole grown woman at the age of 4.
Oh.
And there's been a lot of reinventing, rediscovery, and I'm working on a collection. And I'm having more fun than I have had in an extremely long time with fashion.
Yeah.
At some point I turned to health and fitness because I also do health and fitness.
I just checked out your Instagram actually, so I saw that.
Yeah. So, and through health and fitness, I just found myself, I was like, I love it. I love helping people.
Yeah.
But also I'm a creative at heart.
So
So
you want to keep creating.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a new collection, and all I can say is, I guess, watch the space.
Watch the space.
Yeah.
Watch the space. Change is inevitable. Change is the only constant thing, and it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing. We have to allow it to happen.
Very true.
So in your career as a designer, you have focused on luxury fashion made with ethical considerations.
Yes.
Why have you taken that route?
When you think luxury, in fact, anyone who spends money on anything that's considered luxury, you expect it to last long.
Definitely.
Right? In terms of ethical and sustainable means, it's all about lasting long or reusing and making sure that so you're not wasteful.
Yeah.
Right? Because no one spends money on luxury to waste it.
Exactly.
Right? And having a child, especially since I've had a child, it's been more important to me because we take from the earth. And if we're not giving back, if we're not maintaining, at the very least maintaining, if not healing what we've got, there is no future. Humanity, we've been around for about 10,000 years, and in 150 years, the last century and a half, we've completely brought the world that's been around over 6 billion years to its knees. And for me, sustainable and ethical means it's not just about what kind of fabric I'm using. The people making the fabric, are they in proper conditions? Are they being properly taken care of? Are they being properly paid and so forth? Because sustainability, when most people think about it, it's just all about don't litter and love the plants and whatnot. But sustainability is actually built on 3 pillars, and one of the pillars is human sustainability, which is very, very important to me. Because if I want Treza to do something for me, I've got to create the right environment for her to thrive.
Definitely.
Because if she thrives, then I definitely thrive.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I love that.
Thank you.
You were nervous for nothing. Look at you, just being all confident, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I bring that out in people. I think it's me. I'm kidding.
You make it very comfortable, you make it very easy.
I'm so grateful that you feel that way. You mentioned that Tati Sibolile is now off the table, so we're
Yes.
not going to continue talking about
Yes.
Tati Sibolile right now. Let's talk about your new collection, obviously without giving us too much information as to what exactly you are planning, but what is the collection going to look like, and do you already have a name for it?
Honestly, the name keeps on changing. Right now, I'm at Virgin Labyrinth.
I like that though.
Yeah, it's a return. It was one of my initial ideas. It's a return. I love structure. I love form, but I also love fluidity, and I love the juxtaposition of being able to wear something that is very structured, but at the same time, fluid, and there's got this drapery. So I'm definitely going back to my original inspirations of architecture and interior design. As a Namibian population, we tend to be very conservative.
Yeah.
And definitely when I got back to Namibia from, university, in the beginning it was still okay. I still had a bit of my, my flair. But over time, I completely adjusted to the conservativeness, and it's not me. Nothing wrong with conservativeness, but it's just not me. Which is why I think towards the end I was just like, I'm not sure what Tati Sibolile is even anymore. Because it just became something so very different. And yes, so I'm definitely, you'll see a lot of architectural structures, a lot of drapery, a lot of fluidity, a lot of things that I should normally, you wouldn't find put together. I'm putting together because I love the different, I love the weird.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so when can we expect this collection? Is it still going to happen this year?
Oh, absolutely.
Without giving a date?
Oh no,
it's still
absolutely,
happening this year.
absolutely.
Okay.
And in fact, it's going to be multiple. It's going to be multiple drops. It just won't be one big thing, because what I've done with this, and it's one big collection in a series of smaller collections, sort of like each one telling a story towards a bigger picture. I'll definitely keep you in the loop. And what I did was I stopped focusing on what other people want, and basically just focused on the creative, me, the creative. Yes, what does Margaux want?
Yeah.
What inspires me? What do I want to wear? Because I think that's where I lost touch. It became too much about, I had too many opinions and too little of myself in it.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
So if I want to, let's say the collection does come out towards the end of the year. If I want to purchase something from you, how do I go about that?
So you know about the Den Namibia. It is Designers Emporium.
Yes.
Started by Melissa Poulton. Definitely will be stocking there, and then of course obviously online.
As well. So we can also DM you on Instagram.
Absolutely.
What's your handle?
Tati Margaux.
Tati Margaux. You're saying it in a French way. I can't say it. I can't pronounce it like that. But it's a beautiful name. Margaux, thank you so much for coming to talk to us and bringing that amazing energy with you as well. And looking forward to the collection. I'm super excited.
I'll definitely let
Are
you
you
know.
doing Fashion Week? Are you doing Fashion Week this year? Do you want to do Fashion Week?
It's May. Fashion Week is in November.
So you still have time to think about it.
Yes, right? There's always time, right?
Yeah,
Isn't there always
it's
time?
true.
I'll commit and say yes.
Okay.
I'll commit and say yes.
I actually want you to do it. So I can go, so I can have a reason to go to Fashion Week
Girl,
this
I'm
year.
gonna find
So
you.
I can dress in one of your garments
I'ma
as well.
find you.
And go walk down that
I'm gonna
runway.
come find you.
Find me here in
And
the
if
studio.
you don't, we're gonna have discussions. We're gonna have words.
You're gonna have them throw hands.
No, just words.
Just words.
Peace and love. Peace and
Peace
love.
and love, always.
Loving words.
Margaux, thank you so much once again for coming to talk to us, and looking forward.
Thank you very much for having me, Trez. I appreciate it.
It's a big pleasure. That is our Hip Kouture for today. So awesome to have Margaux and always have new people and new faces in the studio as well, and bringing that energy. That's what I love about this job, meeting people and just experiencing them in their own self, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the music right now. I'm gonna slow it down for a few minutes. Sing along with me if you know the words of the song.